What's going on, guys? I'm back at the Gamescom in Cologne 2024. And when it comes to gaming, you need to sharpen your senses and prepare for victory. And I'm here at the Sony InZone booth, and I've had the opportunity to see a couple of products that nobody else here in the show has seen yet. Sony are gearing up to release two brand new Sony InZone monitors, including the M9 II. So this is an upgraded version of the original M9, which was a fantastic gaming monitor. Here are the specs on this one. The full array backlit panel. It is VESA certified, so if you want to put it on the wall, you can do that. And this one has a very wide color gamut, 95% of the DCI P3 color space, and it is a 10-bit panel. So when it comes to the ports on the M9 II, you got two HDMI 2.1, both support 4K 160Hz, as well as VRR and FRL, which is fixed rate link. We've also got a DisplayPort 2.1, 4K 60Hz on that one too. You've got three USB ports and also a USB-A port and an analog in. This one does support VRR, G-Sync and adaptive sync, and it is a 4K monitor with 160Hz refresh rate. This one's really been designed for one-player story-based games, and of course you can compete competitively with that 160Hz refresh rate. And there's an interesting technique they're using with the LEDs on this one. They call it backlight scanning. So this just kind of refreshes the pixels in a wave, and that way it reduces the amount of blur that you might see on screen. The gray to gray response time is just 1 millisecond, which will again allow you to be very competitive. And it is a 10-bit panel and it looks phenomenal. I only had a short time to really have a look at it, but I must say it does look very, very good. You've got all of the gaming assist features in there, just like before with the crosshairs, but also now there's an upgraded black equalizer, so there's 10 levels to the black equalizer now. Now, one of the massive upgrades, in my opinion, with this new monitor is the upgrade to the stand itself. So now it's just a little disc that sits on your desk, and it's actually incredible how it can stabilize the monitor without any wobble, but at the same time, just having this minimal footprint on the desk. The actual monitor itself is very similar to the original M9. However, they have scrapped the PlayStation colors and gone for just a black matte finish this time. I did ask them about this, and they said they want to appeal more to the PC gamer with this particular monitor. Now, this next one is the one that I'm really excited about. This is a completely brand new model from Sony InZone. It is called the InZone M10S, so it's one up from the M9. And the S is there for a good reason too. Now this one's an OLED. It was 1440p QHD resolution with 1300 nits of peak brightness, and they're using MLA technology. So this is kind of like a lens over each pixel to brighten it up even more. And my first impressions of this one is it looks spectacular. And the design on it's absolutely fantastic too. You got a super thin panel, but then you've got the circular disc on the back, which actually houses the ports and things like that. But get this, 480 Hz refresh rate. So if you're a competitive gamer, you can't get much better than that. And on this one, you have a 0.03 gray to gray response time. So that does mean that motion blur is going to be non-existent on this panel. Because it is an OLED, the blacks are infinite, and it does have the official True Black 400 certification. And the colors on this one are also fantastic. It can support 98.5% of the DCI P3 color gamut. And once again, it is a 10-bit display. With the M10, you get two HDMI 2.1. They support QHD 480Hz. You do get FRL and VRR. There's a DisplayPort as well. That's DisplayPort 2.1. Also supports QHD at 480Hz. You got three USB ports, USB-A and an analog in. But what really caught everybody's eyes when it came to this monitor was the base, the redesigned stand on this thing. When you see it for the first time, it's kind of like an optical illusion. It's like, how can this thing be so stable? And it's super thin too, just 4 millimeters, which is roughly the same thickness as a mouse mount. So that's super convenient. With both of these monitors, they have this really seamless adjustment, so you can twist them, change the height incredibly easily. But with the M10S model, they've actually co-engineered this with Fnatic, and they've actually advised Sony on some things that they should be adding onto this monitor.
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm here at Gamescom with Sony InZone and Fnatic. We have been working with Sony InZone in partnership since June of 2023. The development process has taken place over the course of about a year. They've been very connected, the processes. We've done them, and a lot of them in person. These haven't just been phone calls or emails. The Sony engineer team met with a lot of our pro players and had direct feedback working with them. The players were able to input into all sorts of aspects of what they look for in a monitor, from form factor and stand design through to the pitch profiles that you might have on the monitor, all of the elements that have kind of gone into making the new M10S monitor. And hopefully the wider pro community should really, really appreciate those features.
That 10-step black equalizer was added at their request. Also, there's a way to shift the screen size down to 24.5 inch, which is the monitor size that's used for competitive gaming. And the reason they go for smaller monitors is so that the eyes don't have to move around the screen so much. Keep an eye on your mini-map and your gun and your aim without having to shift around too much. And that's probably why my eyes are always bloodshot when I play games on my TV. So I really do need one of these monitors. So Sony's focus with these two gaming monitors is really to give people an advantage when it comes to gaming. And if I'm being honest, I need all of the help that I can get when it comes to gaming because I'm constantly getting my ass kicked at Call of Duty. Price point on the M10S is $1199. So it's a pricey bit of kit, but maybe that could be the price of victory. Let me know what you guys think of these monitors. This has just been the first impressions. I haven't really had much chance to play with them yet, but hopefully I will get to do a full review on these in the future. So make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on. See you in the next one.